Hey everybody, you're listening to Combo Wombo Podcast. I'm Chipmunk. With me always is the Mr. Gimpy.
What's going on, Chip? How's it going, brother?
What's happening? Dude, we live?
We are no. We're not
it's
live.
recording.
Yeah, it's recording. It's recording.
We've only got one live once.
Right.
Dang.
It was
man,
a series of
dude,
unfortunate events. No, you know what, man? Nothing really is new, but that's a good thing, right? Like I spent the time.
Yeah.
Like I said, I did. We're going to talk about some Black Friday stuff, today. But
It's got to be Black Friday.
I've purchased like all of the AAA games that I want right now. So right now, like what I'm looking forward to is some of like the stragglers or maybe some of the early access games that have come out recently that I'm still interested in. That money's burning a hole in my pocket that I want. Right. So,
Sure.
Nothing too crazy. Like as far as the game dev front, I already have like the pro license for Game Maker Studio too, so I don't.
You've been making a lot of progress, dude, from what I saw last week.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, no, I've been working on it slowly but surely. The pig game is still going on, has not been abandoned as of yet, as of the day of our Lord, November 23rd. Right now, I'm still working on it. So. Appreciate that, man.
It takes a long time, dude.
Yeah,
you have all the systems and stuff, a lot of programmer art still going on, but like those look like a full game almost.
Yeah,
like,
there's a full loop 90, right now for sure.
Yeah, it's like 99%. Dude, just like the rest is just kind of that like polish, and that's as deep as you want it to go. Like
yeah. There's 2 systems to add still, which completes the gameplay loop. But yeah, after that, it's really just quality of life stuff.
Yeah, so you had even like working on your phone and stuff too. Like,
Yep. I deployed it to my phone. Deployed it to my kid's tablet. Game works both devices just fine. My kids were playing it for a while. And then they're all like, they're like, did I beat it? I was like, no, there's no end right now, kids. It's just, I just wanted to see if it worked, right? So, So, if I was every other AAA developer right now, I would just release it right now and call it complete. And then,
early access.
Early access, yeah, no, that's not.
So everything else is DLC.
Yeah, exactly. But
that was that one guy who made is it Choo Choo Charles?
Choo Choo Charles,
he was getting smoked for that because he like released like his big multiplayer game and it was like only one map, and then people were like mad that he wanted like $40 or something for his game. It's like, dude,
right.
It's pay the man. So you like cut the price, and then people are upset about that because like there's no way to like issue refunds through like Steam. So he's like, you just have to like issue your own refund and then it'll just go through. Don't worry about it. And then people are like, no, this is bullshit. It should have been this. It's like, you can't make these people happy, dude.
There's the last time I watched that guy's vlog. He said he was pretty much done making games. He probably wouldn't make another one. Which I think every like indie or solo dev goes through the highs and lows, right? You're like, oh man, this is great. I'm gonna release everything. Game making's great, and then you get to that point. It's like, oh, I hate this. This is awful. People suck, and I don't need to do this. And it's just he was on the down slope.
It seems like he got like his bread though. It seems like he got the loaf. So like, I get that, dude, where you're just like, all right, this is fun, and now I'm not going to do this professionally anymore, and like maybe you'll keep it as a hobby or something, but he's still young, dude. He could do anything. I don't know. My one buddy told me this at one point where he's like, art is something you can do for the rest of your life. So it's like you don't really have to be in a rush for it. So it's like, yeah, man, you can get your money, relax, like pursue other things that interest you now, like, save the money, don't blow it, keep it simple, and then like, you can keep doing art on like your own for yourself. And I think that was that guy, started doing that for Minecraft. The guy who sold Minecraft, Notch. Yeah. I want to call him Nix. Notch, dude, my old ass man, dude. Yeah, they know he did that, and like everything he does always gets compared to like Minecraft. They're like, "Is this new Minecraft?" He's like, "No, man, this is just something I made for a game jam." Like, and so I don't know, like, and then he spent some time like partying and shit, and he was like, "I need to cut this out too." Like, this is crazy. People are crazy.
When Microsoft writes you a check for a couple of $1 billion, I think you.
That's like the ultimate dream of like just the windfall of FU money of like, yo, this is like generational wealth. Like I can't spend all this money if I wanted to, dude.
Those money guns or whatever. Just get that. Just that's how I pay for everything. Just
like I can do this every day with $20,000 and I will never go broke.
Like, exactly.
Yeah, man. It's So that's kind of like the upside of digital products and all this as well, where they don't really tell you. But like, I don't know. Like again, I've been focusing more on like the other like 98 percentile people who like try to go into game dev, do it as a hobby, and then they fail. And like the worst case scenario, they just go back to like a job, dude. They just give it back to a day job. They're like, yeah, I tried. I sold like $3,000 worth of games, which is nice. It's better than like think the average of Steam sales right now for like an indie developer. Like they're like, yeah, just go back. And then there's like the 1% that make like nice like 6-figure like $100,000 paycheck, and then they're like, yo, all right, I'm gonna pursue this more full time, and I'm gonna keep on like working on like a product line. And then every once in a while you get like a 1% makes like close to $1 million, and they're like, yo, this is really good. And then you get like the crazy outliers that like 0.0001% that like you get that $1 billion payday randomly. So
right.
It's very rare.
I think
that any of that will happen.
There's everyone thinks of like the story, like the Stardew Valleys, the Minecrafts, the Braves,
Cave Story,
right? Well, Cave Story, did it. This was released for free, right? Yeah, and so it was like later on, but I think that people don't realize that a lot of people that there's this sector of people who make just enough to fund their next project, right? Or just enough to not only fund their next project, but kind of live on it for a bit, right? Yeah. So where you can go to the next one, right? Where it's almost like you funded your 9 to 5 is really what you did.
Your
right?
next runway.
And, yeah, exactly.
You're a small business owner.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I don't think there's anything wrong with that depending on where you are within your life. I think we always like we as a people measure success incorrectly. There's definitely varying levels to success, and I think it's a personal thing, but I how I would rate the hobby, right? Like, because that's what we do this as a hobby, right? We're not pursuing it as a full-time thing.
Even this our podcast is a hobby. Like, like there's very realistic conversations you need to have, like starting out, like if you're trying to pursue it as a business, as a way to like build something that's popular, that's like to the masses, and like it's not necessarily what you want to do. And that's kind of like discussions we've had before of like, you're like, I don't want to make that. Because we've talked about like working on a couple different games, and I'm like, I think this would be like really popular. You're like, it doesn't sound like fun to work on or spend my time doing. Like,
I don't want to make something that I wouldn't play either. It's like we can chase the trends, but
well, you can also see like the marketing appeal too, like in general. Right. Like, so that's like anything too. It's like your goals and interests like have to intersect, and then you have to like have contentment and all this as well. But if you're like pursuing it as a business, you're like, you see in like all the clones of things that like come out after like the big popular things, your Balatros, your Vampire Survivors, like people are like, I'll just make one of these clones and then I'll get rich too, right? It's like, I don't know, maybe, but probably not. Like it's extremely hard to predict like where a market will go, or like what will be popular, or like catch a trend. Like even like something simple like Angry Birds, like there's hundreds of games like Angry Birds that were out before Angry Birds, and that one just caught the fire, got the right timing in the market. It hit the right audience, and like it exploded, Like, it's hard to do. It's hard to predict. You can spend money to try and create those, where you're like, I can get enough eyeballs on this. And then, if you have a huge marketing budget, it's a bit easier to do. But for regular like people doing this as a hobby, it's like becomes way, way harder. And like competition's incredibly deep.
True.
Yeah, not to discourage anyone, but like, I don't know. I told you I was talking to somebody about like basketball, and they're like, this guy, second string, he's a scrub, he's in the NBA. I was like, there are no scrubs in the NBA.
Yeah, exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
There's nobody's bad in the NBA. Like, there's already like an elite level.
Though, but right there,
If you're already at that level, like if you're already at the level of like professionally developing a game, or you have like that ability of code, it's like you're probably really good. But there's things that are beyond your control. And like even the best teams out there take L's. Like,
yeah, definitely.
It's hard to do.
Definitely. So let's get into a little bit of what we wanted to get or purchase for Black Friday. So there's a couple of things, right? Like I said, my big AAA releases that I was looking forward to this holiday season, I've already purchased. There were only two, right? Battlefield 6 and Ninja Gaiden 4. Bought both of them.
Ninja.
Both are bangers. Playing through both, having a grand old time.
Yeah.
Do I recommend both? I feel if you wanted either game, you already have it. But for those that
Okay.
don't, I
Defense
would I would
Cities.
100% recommend both. Ninja Gaiden 4 is also on Game Pass, but I feel that this Ninja Gaiden 4 kind of serves as the swan song for the character action game.
Oh,
It's fast. Most games right now, like the Souls like style of combat, is very popular. Having a Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden style combat is fewer and further between, and
yeah.
this game is like the culmination of that style, where every time you hit a button in that game, it feels amazing. You are doing something super cool. You are,
Mhm.
just the obliterations are
Stylish.
great. It's stylish as hell. The You feel like an artist, with the combat.
Yeah.
Like I'm perfect parrying, countering, like the obliterations, the bloodbaths.
Yeah.
The game is a spectacle. You look up spectacle in the dictionary, you see like Devil May Cry, you see Ninja Gaiden, and it is exactly that. So if you are looking for something that not only gives you a decent challenge, um, but is also just one of those games where it's artistic as hell, man.
Are you trying to
Uh,
tell me the
I get
controller
Ninja
is
Gaiden
a
4.
paintbrush of violence and on a
Yes,
canvas of destruction?
yes,
Is
yes.
that what you're
I
trying to
am
tell
I
me?
am absolutely loving Ninja Gaiden 4, dude.
All right.
So yes, I would. But I will preface this by saying I'm also biased because, like, for the life of this pod, and I have had that Ryu Hayabusa
Yeah.
wall cling
All right.
forever.
You
But
just tell people
yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine.
I legitimately love the
He
game.
likes what he likes. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's awesome.
But for the games I'm looking forward to right now, the games that are in my cart right now,
Oh,
Escape from Duckov. Um, I, I I do like extraction shooters, right? But
yeah.
Tarkov has been way too sweaty for me. Like I loved the cycle, and people are like, "Oh, that game sucked." No, that game was super fun. It was casual enough, and then the developers just didn't know what part of the game they wanted to cater to, right? And then they
Yeah.
screwed themselves. They shot themselves in the foot into just closure. But Skip from Duck Eye has the single player, but also the casual feel of attack shooter, of attack extraction shooter and you're playing as ducks. Like, come on, let's do this. So that's on my
Yeah.
list. Um, you know, I I found out, like, I always knew, but I never really got into rally games. Really,
Yeah, dude. You got the
until
racing
this
wheel,
year. Yeah, I
bro.
got the racing wheel and stuff, right? Growing up, I always liked some rally stuff, but I throughout the year, I've been really enjoying EAWRC, which actual rally fans will tell you like the game's fine, but there are better rally games out. But the problem is EA had the license, right? The WRC license,
Yeah.
but Assetto Corsa, the developers of Assetto Corsa, have just released in early access Assetto Rally, and I think there's only
Oh,
like 4 tracks right now, but the amount of community content in the OG Assetto Corsa, in Assetto Corsa Evo, Competizone, it has enough community support, and I love the feel of driving in those games where that's going to be an early access purchase for me, and I'm going to be with it there, and I'm just going to be ready to rally race in Assetto
have you
Corsa.
ever done like the full VR deep
Yes,
dive?
yes,
All into, all right,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
With the
Uh,
wheel and
no,
everything.
Assetto Corsa Rally doesn't support VR right now. I'm assuming it's coming, right? But yes, that is another purchase of mine. I did. It's not on my list, but I did buy Arc Raiders as well, which wasn't on my
Oh, yeah.
like want or anything. Speaking of extraction
Yeah.
shooters, but
People have been playing it.
that game has really taken over my multiplayer day to day. Right, that's the game that I load up to do a quick couple of runs in,
It's
or
in the
when I'm
roto.
playing. It's in the rotation, and I am loving Arc Raiders. Shout out to those devs, man. They
Nice.
created something. I think it's the Arc Raiders really feels like what Marathon from Bungie wanted to be, where it's the extraction shooter for the masses, and
Mm,
like its presentation top notch, the amount of maps fantastic, the game just works, it's optimized as hell. Honestly, no complaints with it. It's fun.
nice,
If
man.
you were interested in dabbling in the extraction shooter genre, like even passingly, Arc Raiders is that game, dude. it's
All
fun.
right.
Like, you know,
It's a game for the casuals, deep.
yeah, yeah, and you know,
Real
the
ones
hardcore
on
people have it
Darkoff.
too, but you know, like, yeah, like
All the real ones on Darkoff, bro.
right, right, right. But you know, I'm loving Arc Raiders, you know, and then
Nice.
so yeah, man. I think that then the other game I'm looking forward to was Marvel Cosmic Invasion, which is actually coming to Game Pass on December 1st. So that one, it's a beat 'em up made by the same people who made the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. But that's the other game where if you aren't gonna just play it on Game Pass, definitely want to purchase it. It'll probably be full price, but I support the 2D brawlers, man. You got to support
Yeah.
the beat 'em ups. Yeah, man. I think that kind of does it for me. I'll look in my backlog to see if there's anything there,
Yeah.
and we'll probably update this. But really, man,
Yeah.
just
So like good old games. They're doing like PlayStation classics. Those are on sale for
yeah,
like
yeah.
the God of War or
I think
whatever. Like
the System Shock 2 Night Dive remaster I'm going to get to because they modernized it, and I love that game. And I got the System Shock 1 remaster as
yeah.
well, so I'm planning on playing through 1 and 2. It's been years, so I'm
Yeah.
excited to jump back through it.
Yeah, I've just been window shopping. I haven't picked up anything. I looked at like good old games. I checked Steam. They didn't have anything right now, but I think they're still up ahead.
They just kind of launched it recently
Looked at
too.
like Humble Bundle. The Unity Asset Store stuff's on sale. I don't know. There's not anything I would really. I don't know. They have like a few good templates. It's just like sort by most popular, and you can find some interesting stuff. I was thinking about like their VR Hurricane like template to like help get you started in a VR game. That always looked interesting to me, but it's always like $200 right now. It's on sale for like 70 or something. And they've also like cut the normal price down to like 100 because it's older now, which isn't a bad thing. You know, it just means maybe more mature. But you have to look at the release. Like this is kind of the other thing I like about this. Like it shows you like how often like people are updating their assets or like fixing bugs or like using feedback to improve things. And then Unreal also has some stuff that's on sale, but it's nothing major. Like a lot of the sales are like 30-20% off.
Yeah, they're not
on stuff too. Yeah, it's not like crazy. And then I looked at you know who does have crazy sales right now? Shout out to like AliExpress. Like, so I was looking at like a lot of like those like handhelds, like your RGBSs or whatever, like
Sure.
your there's a bunch of different ones. So I was looking at those. They have like a lot of really good handhelds that can play everything up until about GameCube, for like less than like $50 right now.
Sure.
They got a lot of good bootleg Lego sets. If you want to pick up a bootleg Lego set,
Look at the GPD Win 2 or whatever is on heavily discounted that I saw as well, which they were doing like the mobile computing thing for decades now. Obviously, Steam Deck and the ROG Allies and the Legion Goes and all that stuff are kind of taking their lunch right now, but they were kind of the innovators, right? Like I remember in like 06, 07, looking at the GPD products going, oh, hey, it's a mobile device you could play. Like at that point, I was like, hey, you can play StarCraft on it, right? So, you know, like,
a lot of them will run Android, or some of them even run Linux. Some like people put like Ubuntu on them, or they sideload like the Lineage OS. So there's a lot of cool options out there if you're like getting into like hacking and opening stuff up and putting your own like homebrew stuff on there as well. Like it's pretty tight.
Oh, I did purchase a soldering kit for the kids to teach them how to solder. So that's one thing that should be cool, making it like little robotic stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's about it for sales and stuff that I've been keeping an eye on. I also was talking about like looking at like a travel guitar, buying like an electric travel guitar. That's like the one thing I might buy. Yeah, that'd be fun. You know, just to noodle around. I haven't played in a while.
Yeah, definitely, man. So yeah, man. I think that you know, right now, I think the state of gaming. I think all of the bangers kind of released, right? There's nothing like the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 came out to just like no fanfare at all. Like it looks like garbage.
Yeah.
Like it looks
people
like
have been refunding
graphics.
it.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of
exactly.
random AI stopping it, but I haven't played it. I've just only heard like it was like kind of like a very one-dimensional campaign that didn't look like it did a ton of effort, but it was also kind of leaning in more to like the wacky aspects of the series, which, you know, might be fun for some people, dude. Like, or they just like, you know, just want a wacky side adventure that looks like it was like produced by an AI nightmare. Like that might be
your type of game. Yeah, right.
Yeah, dude. There's some people out there. There's all kinds of people. Like, I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum or whatever. Like,
That's very mature of you.
Yeah,
I will.
they got the
I will.
refund
That game looks like
policies and
garbage.
stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I heard the zombies is fun in that, but you know, like I think zombies has been its own thing for a while, and I'm honestly
yeah,
surprised that Activision hasn't split the series into like
sure.
an annual zombie release
Standalone.
or something, right? Like, and unfortunately, I may have just given them that idea, so I apologize. But
It
you know,
depends on where you are in the world, dude. Like COD is like its own like infinite path. It's like basically the Master Chief Collection, like in a lot of like Southeast Asian territories, where it's like you just pay a subscription, then you have access to like all of it, and it's all one giant battle pass. So it's like nightmare dystopian already in like parts of the world. Like there's so yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah,
we have like the capitalist nightmare dystopian version of it, where it's like you have to buy each individual thing, and it's always going to be slightly worse. It's like a monkey paw. Yeah,
right, for sure,
we'll
for
see
sure.
though if they get sold, and the company if they like end up going through with that and getting bought out. So might
I
be
mean,
change the whole
Activision,
game.
they already did. Microsoft owns them.
Yeah,
It's already
yeah. So
happened.
we'll see if that makes any differences
I
though.
think
Is
this
what I'm
is the
saying.
first game under Microsoft's like full ownership,
Banner. All
actually.
right.
So now
I
it
feel like it's been in the barrel though for like a year and a half before it
think
comes
so.
out.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
I
see.
think we'll see them like switching to like the Unreal Engine or some nonsense. I think that was
Yeah,
like another big thing I saw was like Unity and Unreal, I think, are teaming up for something, the engines. So
I'll have to look into that. That sounds
yeah,
insane. Like,
I
what are you
I
doing?
just saw the headline and I was like, yeah, whatever. Who knows like what kind of partnerships they're doing? There might be some like back end technology for cross-platform stuff or whatever. Like you never know. The engines are massive. So to be like, oh, they're partnering up. This is it. This is the end. It's like, now they might be like sharing technologies in case like you want cross-play on like different platforms or whatever, or you know,
Sure.
if you again like we said, like there's like so many silos in the gaming industry. It's like what if they want to have like a campaign built in like Unreal Engine and then like their online multiplayer built in like Unreal, and then they want to run it off like the same executable
Like that
type of
Epic
thing.
servers or something like that. That
Yeah,
infrastructure. Yeah, I can see
or
that.
they want to do like achievements or something out of their front end launcher in one of them, and like there's different reasons to use different technologies for different things on your pipeline. So I
Sure.
don't know. Again, I didn't
Sure.
look into it. This is all just like speculation and guessing. Like,
Right. For sure. All right, man. Well, how about yourself? So so we're gonna end right here. Uh,
yeah,
Game of the year. Right. That's the next big
game of
thing.
the
By
year.
the time I think 2 pods from now, the Game Awards will have happened.
Yeah.
The front runner is Expedition 33. Um, you know, uh, Hollow Knight Silk Song also up for Game of the Year. That's one of the ones. Death Stranding 2 was one of the
Oh,
early contenders for Game of the Year. Anything that you've played this year that you would put in that category, or have you not played any of the
Super
current
Mario
games?
Bros. Wonder.
So it's just a
That's
game
it.
that's 2 years old. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. From those, probably Silk Song. I think is probably the most biggest one. The anticipation, payoff, and delivery that studio's done and delivered time and time again is like amazing.
Sure.
Death Stranding 2. It almost felt like a parody of like when I haven't played the game, but like the trailer was basically like you gotta do everything all over again. So that was literally like the trailer was like, did you like Death Stranding 1? Yo, this is Death Stranding 2. We put a 2 on the box. That's not a bad thing. Like, yeah, if you like Death Stranding 1, bro, we got more Death Stranding here for you.
I think they fixed all of the criticism from 1, but yeah, I know you haven't played it. It's
Yeah,
just going off that. Okay.
yeah. No, just going off that trailer. I thought the trailer was like, it felt like, again, like just straight up like a parody off what was it, like 22 Drum Street or whatever? It's like, this is the exact same thing over again, but now in a different location. Like, and that's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Expedition 33, people are saying has basically brought back the turn-based RPG, and it's
Yeah.
like the big success story of the year, and it's the front runner for Game of the Year, and I'm sure it will win it. It's a game that I started, and I've enjoyed it so much that I wanted my wife to play through it with me, to where I stopped
Ah,
it, and we plan on playing through it when I go on vacation in a couple weeks here. So
yeah.
that's the play. One game I feel that got lost in the shuffle, but it had great reviews that I suggest everyone
Escape
check
from
out.
Darkov.
Even though I haven't completed the game, it's one of those games where I started and was like, "Holy crap, this is great!" I just stopped for whatever reason, life. South of Midnight, that
Okay.
it has a very unique setting. It's set in the American South. It's about like weaving magic, and it's such a unique premise and well executed that I fear it'll get lost in the shuffle, and it'll be one of those RPGs where people are all like, yeah, you missed out on this. It's one of the goats, right? And,
Yeah, we'll hear about it in 5 years. Like, this is the game nobody played. Like,
exactly.
This is a hidden
You're hearing
gems
it
list.
here. That's the other game that's on my list to go back and actually play through after Expedition 33. But from what I've played of it, that game was absolutely incredible. And people are saying, "Oh, we don't have any unique games now. Everything's the same." Play South of Midnight, and we'll see how it goes.
You're welcome.
Yep. So you're welcome, right? For sure. But yeah, on that note, for the Combo Wombo podcast, I'm Mr. Gimpy. That's
Chipmunk.
with sun in his eyes. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys next week. Enjoy your Thanksgiving
Peace.
holiday for all those in America. Take it easy. Later.
Deuces.